For Trump, my heart goes out to you.
It's not over until it's over. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's over.
What if they needed him to think that he was president for like a second so that he would think that he got away with it? And if he thinks that he got away with it, he would show who he really is.
Whatever. It's amazing. Beta!
I finally got around to asking my guides about those messages that they gave me and what they could possibly mean. And yeah, it was a very, very layered.
Think whiz odd. DOJ fight. Zap him. The stones on the table can't possibly be wrong.
Black and indigenous people of color, being gay, bi, and queer, Asian American, Pacific Islander, Latino, Hispanic, Romani, and Creole. We all have a place in this world.
And just like that, everything is all better. Oh, you are a black woman living in America in a red state with friends and co-workers all around you who voted against your rights and livelihood. Funny, because I'm a black woman in a red state and no one voted against my rights and livelihood. I don't know what she's talking about. I haven't lost any rights.
Hi, Blue Baddies. At this point, we're in pretty deep. If you know, you know. I'm going to be sharing daily helping tips to keep our hope and our help alive.
I've seen so many people on here talking about, I'm mad at astrology talk, I'm mad at tarot readers, I'm mad at psychics, I'm mad at people using dazzling rods. Listen, it's not all of us, okay? I've made thousands of accurate predictions all over the world.
We usually like our leaven bread because it's worthy, right? It's just a worthier bread when it's leavened, right? Yeah, that's part of the message. And something about like the game Operation, and like maybe a polar vortex.
Well, it all makes sense now. Trump is about to talk about the shenanigans that went on in the 2020 election, and had they not done that, he would have served his 2 terms consecutively, and he would no longer be president. But woke libs are misinterpreting what he is saying and thinking that he is confessing to some sort of shenanigans in 2024, beginning a whole nother series of meltdowns.
Had our top people, Wasserman, they all came in on the Olympics, and then I saw Johnny. And we got the World Cup, too. And, you know, it's only because they rigged the election that I'll be your president representing you.
I heard him say it. We all heard him say it. The whole world heard him say it. It can't be taken back. Now, this is not a Gia just said that moment. This is an ethical psychic just said that moment. She said he was going to be the one to reveal the shenanigans. And what did we hear last night? So this is the strangest twist of fate I didn't see coming, but she did. That he would be the one to vindicate us. He would be the one to prove us right. We can no longer be called Blue Lulus or Blue Anon.
Keep telling yourself that, darling.
So the 4 a.m. Club is about the witches, and specifically connected to Hecate, but just witches in general. The 4 a.m. Club is a group of energetically connected people who have been on the fence and or are newer and or needed one final piece of validation for them to finally start recognizing and validating their own abilities. There are also a select few in the 4 a.m. Club who were more familiar with their abilities and practiced with their abilities that did wake up in the 4 a.m. Club to help guide and explain what happened to those in the 4 a.m. Club who were unfamiliar with their abilities and connecting with their abilities. Essentially, a large chunk of witches or light workers or intuitives all at one time came into knowing of their abilities because they all literally awoke to their powers at the same time. And having them all wake up at the same time on election night was very, very intentional and meant to be a way to skip their progress forward so that they didn't have to go through that phase of like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Is this real? Is this actually, they had each other. It was like an immediate confirmation of everything that they were feeling and that their intuition was truly intuition because they all felt it at the same time.
Stop it. Get some help.
Under fascist regimes, police are given almost limitless power to enforce laws. The people are often willing to overlook police abuses and even forego civil liberties in the name of patriotism. There is often a national police force with virtually unlimited power in fascist nations. Fascist regimes almost always are governed by groups of friends and associates who appoint each other to government positions and use governmental power and authority to protect their friends from accountability. It is not uncommon in fascist regimes for national resources and even treasurers, to be appropriated or even outright stolen. And the last one, which I wasn't naming all of these, but just to give you the last one's name, it's fraudulent elections. Sometimes elections in fascist nations are a complete sham. Other times, elections are manipulated by smear campaigns against or even assassination of opposite candidates, use of legislation to control voting numbers or political district boundaries, and manipulation of the media. Fascist nations also typically use judiciaries to manipulate or control elections.
And you don't see Biden in any of that. That's amazing.
So there you have it. If you don't believe we're living in a fascist society, I guess you're a fascist or really stupid. And both are terrible. I have no respect for anyone who voted for this disaster.
It's okay, I don't have respect for people who cry while reading Wikipedia.
Whatever was more important than my son, your granddaughters, whatever it was, I hope you get it. If it was cheaper gas prices, cheaper eggs, Greenland, no, for some reason, I hope you get that. All of it. Or else it was all for nothing, right? And that's not true. It's not even true. I hope you suffer, honestly. I do. And before you tell me how cruel that is, hoping doesn't do anything. I hope for lots of things that don't happen. You know what gets things done is voting. You betrayed them, all of them, so many people. And whatever it is you betrayed them for, I don't know. I hope it's worth it. I hope it's good to you, and it probably will be. It probably will be, because that's what you wanted, and you knew. But I'll never forgive you for it, ever.
We do not care.
Based on the things that, like, Biden and Kamala, just the things that they have been saying the last couple of weeks, or honestly, since November, it's all about, like, protecting the Constitution, like, standing up for the Constitution, defending the Constitution. Like, I don't think that they are going to hand us over like that. I don't. These are people who are lifelong public servants before becoming politicians. You know, like, I don't think that it ends like this. At this point, it's up to the 3-letter agencies, the DOJ, FBI, CIA. It's up to them. The way I see it is we didn't elect DJT. We elected Mr. Pew Pew and the Our Country. And I think, based on how they've been talking and acting and just behaving lately, I think our leaders know that. And they understand what's going to happen, or what would happen. And I don't think that they are going to willingly hand us over on a silver platter to Mr. Pew Pew. And maybe that is completely naive. And maybe that's exactly what they did. I don't know. But I'm choosing to think again.
Oh, honey, you're choosing not to think. You're still in the denial phase. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your hosts, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. He's a good boy, Leroy. He's a good boy.